Hello, everyone. This is Yoko. I often feel that most Chinese people have a strong aversion to the idea of consuming cat meat. The practice of eating cat meat is not common in China, except in some specific regions where it is a tradition. If you want to sell cat meat as cat meat, you have to transport it to regions like Guangdong. However, if you sell it under the guise of lamb meat, you can do so without the need to transport it far. This is why such incidents can be unsettling. In China, especially with processed meats, it can be challenging to know what you're actually consuming. For example, when meat is processed into sausages, you might not even be able to tell what it originally was. Furthermore, when it's not distributed through regular channels but through illegal routes, it can become even more concerning. By the way, in China, you won't find many pigeons or crows, and there used to be jokes about Chinese people eating pigeons. However, it's hard to dismiss these jokes as mere humor. Living in China, the more you learn about certain things, the more it can affect your appetite. At one point, even vegetables were known to be heavily contaminated with pesticides, to the extent that some people would wash them with detergent before consumption. The issue of food safety and quality control in China is a concern, as demonstrated not only by the recent incident with Tsingtao beer that I mentioned earlier. Also, there is another aspect of Chinese society that is not well known in Japan, which I'd like to introduce. I've mentioned it a few times on this channel, but Chinese temples are currently undergoing significant commercialization, and the most famous example is Kobayashi Temple. Kobayashi Temple is not just an ordinary temple, it is known for its Kobayashi constitution, making it famous in various aspects. The executives of Kobayashi Temple have used it as a brand, and one of the key figures in this is a person named Shaku Eishin, who is the head priest of Kobayashi Temple. In Kobayashi Temple, the head priest is referred to as a Hojo, and this person is known for promoting the commercialization of Kobayashi Temple. In China, he is even referred to as the Kobayashi CEO. Political Grandmaster, and Economic Grandmaster. This is because he has utilized the Kobayashi Temple brand to engage in various businesses, and personally, he manages multiple companies, with at least 18 companies known to be owned by him. His annual income is estimated to be around 200 million yuan, which is approximately 4 billion Japanese yen. I don't think there is another religious founder in Japan with such a high income. However, in Kobayashi's case, his name is known worldwide, and with the Kobayashi Temple brand, it becomes possible to achieve this level of income by expanding various businesses. Of course, there are valid criticisms of this, with some people questioning whether this is no longer Buddhism but simply an industry. However, as I mentioned before, in China, temples essentially form alliances with the Communist Party for mutual benefits. It's not pure Buddhism, and it only exists as long as the Communist Party allows it to. The Communist Party considers religion to be like a drug and doesn't recognize any authority higher than itself. It would be problematic if the teachings of Buddha were considered higher than communist ideology. So, the fact that the Communist Party permits Buddhist activities within certain boundaries means that these activities are essentially economic activities. For example, when you visit a temple, you have to pay an entrance fee, and a significant portion of that goes to the Communist Party. In the case of well-known temples like Kobayashi Temple, tourists come from all over the world, and the organizations that manage these temples are composed of monks and other individuals. These organizations have cooperation with the Communist Party. So, while temples in China have a business nature, they still have Buddhist statues and a semblance of a religious atmosphere, and many people go there to pray and make offerings. When you observe this, you may see similarities with the situation in other regions, like how senior members of Hamas live luxurious lives in certain countries while their fighters believe in the ideology and fight. This is also applicable to the Taliban. The senior members of these groups are known to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle, and it raises questions about whether they genuinely lead the ascetic lives they preach or if they are drawn to these roles due to the benefits or luxurious living. It's a similar structure to what you might find in Kobayashi Temple. Bringing this discussion back to Japan, there might be similar structures at play, but delving too deeply into these topics might lead to my content being censored. So, I'll leave it at that for this topic. That's all for today. See you next time.